Guys, have y'all ever seen juicier fishing conditions than this? I mean, look around here. We've got a light fog all around the entire lake. It's about 70 degrees. It's early in the morning, and I'm out here on the lake with my good buddy, Jake. He's in the front of the boat. We're out here to do some bass fishing today. We live like 2 hours and 15 minutes away from each other, so whenever we go fishing, we always try to find a little lake, you know, somewhere in the middle. And so this morning we both drove about an hour and 15 minutes to this little lake here where we have done a lot of damage over the years, and we're hoping to do some more of that today. Hopefully catch some big fall bass. This lake has got some big ones in it, but it can also be pretty stingy. We usually have to work pretty hard for them, but oftentimes we're able to overcome that adversity and put some big ones on the boat, and that's exactly what we're gonna try to do today. So yeah, we're gonna get after it. Hope you guys are excited to join along. If so, do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and let's have a day of hopefully slaying some big old bass. Let's go.
Have one. I still have one.
You big?
Yeah. Drop something down. He's a good one. I don't know. They're still kind of underneath it. Yeah, right there. Maybe. Never even felt them bite it, dude. It's crazy.
Here's one. Nice one. Nice one. Decent one.
Watch this.
Come on, baby. I really can't tell how big he is. Oh, oh God, he's huge.
Dude,
Oh, that's, oh my gosh. Dude.
Dude, that's a giant.
Dude, it is a giant. It's a giant. Bro. Bro, get your crap out of my way. I'm serious, get out of the way. Dude. Dude, it's on light line. Dude, it's a big one. Oh, he's got a hog. He's kind of skinny. He's got a huge head though. Oh my gosh.
Freaking giant.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's a good one. Oh, come here.
Dude, that's a giant.
Come here, big guy.
Of course, I killed my GoPro right as he freaking catches the biggest one yet. Oh, dude, that's a stud,
look at the
bro.
head.
That is a stud.
Look at the head on that guy. He's all, he's like all head. No, don't hit the trauma. Oh, this is so scary. Come here, big guy. Oh my gosh, dude, that's so sketchy.
Oh, dude, get it choked.
Yeah.
Dude, that is such a weird looking bass. He's so fat, but he's short.
Look at that, he's got a huge head.
Yeah.
Oh, he's big. Look at the size of that bass right there, guys. We've been after it for a little while now and haven't had a whole lot go on, but that is a good one. I'm not sure how big he is, like 5.5. Oh my gosh, crunched that swim bait. That hook is all the way down there in his mouth. What a hoss. Guys, look at the size of this fish. This is the first fish of the day, and it is just huge. Look at the size of the head. I thought it was gonna be like a big-headed, skinny guy, but it's really not that skinny, is it, Jake?
No.
Got a little bit of a tub.
Big boy.
Look at those eyeballs. How big do you think that thing is? 5.5? 6 pounds?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 5'8".
He's pretty. I think he might be
big.
6. Look how long
he
he is.
looks a little short
He's big
compared to his head.
Look at those shoulders.
Yeah.
Let's throw him on the scale real quick. Oh, such a big old fish. Get you up under here nice and safely. Go, baby, go, 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 go. Keep going. Hold it, 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Can't make this stuff up. Weighed her twice. What a freaking hoss. Beautiful big old bass. Caught her on this big old line through swim bait. They're being kind of finicky on us. I was throwing a crankbait at first and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw this big swim bait on my crankbait rod on lighter line. just to see if maybe I can get a bite or two with a little bit lighter line presentation, and it obviously worked out. Let's get a healthy release on this guy, and let's get back out there and see if we catch some really big jaw. Look
Nice
at that.
fish, dude. Dude, that's how big.
This fish is ancient
Oh.
looking. Woo. Sick. You know, whenever I first hooked this fish, I thought it was gonna be kind of like an ugly looking fish, but this fish is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at the fins. Can you see that like glow on those pectoral fins right there? The thing is
Very
so
pretty,
beautiful.
dude.
Oh, look at the head. You gotta love that. Okay, we'll let you go whenever you're ready. Get that tail grab. Oh my gosh, look at the head. If that thing was a little bit longer, man, this thing would be like an 8.5 pounder. She's about ready to go back to the depths. Don't leave me, baby. Don't leave me. She said, I'm leaving you. Oh, like a whale. Freaking blimp. Let's go. Let's get
How
some
about
more,
that
dude.
for the first fish of the day, dude?
Dude, can we top that?
Dude, Nux? Oh, we're topping that.
Let's go.
Oh, we're topping that.
All right, guys, well, all I can say is that was a ton of fun while it lasted. So briefly, I want to recap our outing on the lake. We got out there pretty early. We fished for a few hours without a whole lot of luck. We caught a couple of little ones, nothing really to talk about. They were pretty small. But we were mainly just trying to scan around the lake and try to find some areas that were holding some fish, and then we were going to try to figure out what they were going to react to. That day we had our boat filled with all of our favorite fall lures. We had some spoons, some swim baits, hair jigs, crankbaits. We were ready for them, and as y'all saw, the conditions looked super juicy. We thought we were going to smoke them, but that ended up just not being the case today. We did find one area where there was a lot of fish schooled up and we thought we were going to hammer them. Jake actually caught one on his spoon pretty quickly, but whenever he caught that fish, that entire school followed that one fish to the boat, and then they dispersed and they went everywhere. And once that big school of fish dispersed, they got very finicky. We would see like mini groups of fish of like 2 and 3, just kind of scattered out around the flat that we were fishing. And I was mainly targeting them with this big swim bait, which I eventually caught that big one on. This big guy right here, this big giant line through. It's a 7-inch bait. It's a pretty big bait, and it's a bait that I have a lot of confidence in whenever I'm trying to catch a big fish in the fall time. But I was actually throwing it on this rod at first. So this is like my heavier powered swim bait rod. This is a 7-foot 8-inch heavy powered fast action 6 cents Divine rod. Love this rod for big swim baits. You can see I have a big glide bait on there right now. But what I was noticing is whenever I was using this rod, the fish would kind of follow. I could see them following it on the graph, and then they would just turn away. There's nothing I could do to get them to react and actually eat the swim bait. And I was thinking maybe it was because my line was a little bit big. So I had this thing spooled up with 20-pound line. And if you know anything about fishing a swim bait, the heavier line you use, the less action your swim bait's gonna have in the water. But even though the fish really weren't reacting to that swim bait the way that I wanted them to, I wasn't ready to put it down. So I swapped up and I put it on my big heavy-duty crankbait rod. So this is a 6 cents Lux series crankbait rod. It's an 8-foot heavy-powered, moderate fast action. And I usually use this rod to throw like my C15s, my C20s, my big oversized crankbaits. But what I found over the years is that this rod also works really well for throwing big swim baits with treble hooks on them. So like your smaller glide baits, like your 7-inch glides, your line throughs like this, your hard multi-jointed swim baits. What's really great about using this rod or a rod like this for big swim baits is that it's beefy enough to handle the weight of the bait itself, and then the action of it allows the rod to load on the cast, so you can make a really long cast, which I feel like is really important whenever you're throwing a big swim bait. And then when the fish bites it and you hook up with it, the parabolic action of the rod helps keep the fish pinned all the way to the boat. You don't have to worry about throwing a treble hook. It's just like throwing a big crankbait. You don't want these trebles getting ripped out because you're using too stiff of a rod. But anyways, so I swapped to this rod. I have a slow crankbait reel on here. This is like my old trusty Abu Garcia Revo winch reel. I've had this reel since I was like 15, and this thing has just been a workhorse. It's got a slower gear ratio, so I'm able to creep this bait, right off the bottom at a real slow speed. And then this light line was letting this bait have a lot more action. It was a lot more natural in the water, and I think ultimately that's what got that fish to bite. And it was a blast. 6-pounders, you don't catch those every day. And I'm always thankful whenever I'm able to hook up with a fish like that and get them in the boat. I was very excited, but I wish that we could have, kept the ball rolling and caught a few more, but that's just how it is, guys. I would much rather catch one big fish like that than go out there and catch, maybe 10 3-pounders. But yeah, it was a great time out there on the lake. I'm sorry that we weren't able to catch any more fish for y'all, but I promise y'all I tried my best, but I just couldn't make it happen. And honestly, that's just the reality of fall bass fishing. When you go out there tossing a big bait around, you can't expect to get a whole bunch of fish, but you can definitely expect that if you do get that bite, that it's going to be a good one. And that's exactly what we got today. And I guess that's going to be the lesson that I leave y'all with today. I just want to say thank you all so much for tuning into this one. I know it was kind of a shorter video, but I definitely wanted to share this experience with y'all because, like I said, 6-pounders don't happen every day, and it was a lot of fun catching it. Hopefully you can get something from this video. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed today's episode, do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and Jay and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.